Greetings, everyone! Time for part 3 of my anime rant, which, by the way, is the final part! But is not the final part of my 4 fandoms rant. Yay! So what am I going to be talking about today? Well, Japan and its influence on anime and manga, the otaku, weaboo, and much, much more. Oh, and what makes a true fan of anime? A true fan! So, sit back, relax, and please enjoy. Now before this rant goes all up in epicness, I'm going to explain a little bit about Japan and its influence on anime and manga itself. First off, Japan has a huge friggin' influence mainly because, well, that's where Japanese anime comes from. Anyway, but what kind of influence does the anime or manga actually show of Japan? Well, sometimes it shows the things they do in school and things like school uniforms and how just simply different things are there, like the way people eat their food and what kind of food they eat and blah blah blah. And sometimes anime and manga will even show that some families still maintain honorable traditions. But what kind of negative influences does Japan have on this? Well, there are a lot of good influences like friendship, courage, and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, some of their more private negative influences have reached anime and manga. Things like sexism towards women. Yes, there are animes out there that I do believe are quite sexist. And same goes for a lot of manga too. Okay, you know those animes, pardon me, that usually show like girls and they're usually flashing their panties half the time or getting extremely skimpy? Yeah. Now why do they do that? Well, even though women are definitely loved over there, women just aren't treated as equal there as they are here. Now granted, there's a lot of dumb, perverted things about America too, but it's worse when it comes to the very beautiful and intelligent Japanese women and how they're treated over there half the time. Not all the time, mind you, just only half of the time. Now, I know for a fact they have churches and stuff over there in Japan nowadays. Pardon me. But it's just weird on the stuff they put in anime. I mean, even the kids are going to see this stuff, but for some reason morality is kind of low over there. Okay. In a lot of anime and manga, you know, they do put perverted stuff in there and really gruesome, violent stuff. And I can understand the violent stuff being for the older kids, but when it comes to like TV and stuff, a lot of the stuff over there ain't censored, and little kids are seeing this stuff. I kid you not. The influence is a little more less censored over there. For example, their version of Power Rangers, the Super Sentai series, had a few deaths throughout the many years the Super Sentai series was going on. For example, I heard rumors about the Green Ranger over there, like it was played by Tommy over here, but over there, not the actor, but the character of the Green Ranger dies. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't bash me if it's not. Just like in the late 70s, there was a type of ranger, or a Super Sentai guy, known as Battle Cossack. He died, and then, well, he was replaced by one of his friends. Basically, Japan has a both good and bad influence. The good influence being courage and friendship, the bad influence being, well, perversion. I suggest you read the disclaimer really quick. You can press stop at any time to read it, and when you're done, just press play again. It's very important that you read this. Alright, time for the biggest part of my anime rant. First, let's talk about the otaku and weaboo, and fanbrats in general. Okay, you know what an otaku and weaboo is already. But, let's talk about them. Okay, here's what annoys me about the otaku. Now remember, I don't hate the otaku and weaboo, just their ways. First off, and this is a pretty easy way to spot them, these are the type of people who half the time, not all the time, but half the time, go around into malls and their schools, half the time dressed up as cosplay characters. Well, when it comes to school, some anime-based clothing, and that's okay every now and then. But when it comes to malls, there are actually people who cosplay in the mall for no reason at all, even when there's no convention near them. I mean, I can understand if there is a convention, but if you're just doing it to look cool, you don't look cool. I mean, the purpose of cosplay is for fun, and you're doing it for popularity. Anyway, most of their wardrobe, half of their wardrobe is usually cosplayish or anime-based accessories and outfits, and the other half, combined with that, is usually dark-based clothing. They don't wear anything that's colorful. At least most of the time they don't. If you've seen MTV's Made and those two anime girls on there, you know what I mean. These are the same type of people who, if you talk to them about anime, they will correct you on any little mistake you make. Just because you can't get a very long, complicated Japanese name correct, they will snap at you. Like, Wazza! And I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. I prefer some American names for certain anime characters because that way it's easier to remember and it actually makes sense with their looks. Oh no, and speaking of that, they prefer nothing but Japanese animation and voice actors. They can't appreciate anything American. No wonder they kind of suck in history class, I'm sure. American history. It's like, what did George Washington do in his spare time? I don't know, but I can tell you what the first emperor of Japan used to do. Who cares? Okay. Speaking of the whole Japanese language, they go around saying random Japanese phrases mixed in with their English language, thinking it's cool. I do it every now and then, not to fit in. I like it, but I don't do it, to be cool. But these people do. And if the school has clubs, they'll try to form their own little anime club and have little rankings in there like, I am the sensei, and if you don't know anything about anime, you are nothing to me, blah blah blah. And if they take a Japanese class, oh my gosh, that's just worsening the situation. These are the same type of people who think if they go to Japan, they're going to be popular. And to quote Loda-sama, who used to bash these people, God bless her, I'm going to go to Japan to become a famous manga artist. Okay, you do have some decent art skill, I'll grant you that. By the way, I was done quoting at the end of manga artist. But you going to Japan and thinking you really just want to go to Japan is a dumb idea. You see, if I go, I want to go for fun reasons, not to be popular. These people go to try to think that they're going to get some anime-based job, or thinking they're going to be cool with the local people, thinking that if they go around shouting random Japanese phrases, dressing up as in cosplay, and going in their little groups and acting stereotypical, that everyone will love them. Wrong! People in Japan who love anime and video games are treated worse over there than they are over here. So you know what? Take that. Oh, and by the way, if you have any form of opinion, these people will attack you for it. And I think that's stupid. Now, as for hentai, I think it's a waste of art talent, and it's, quite sexist. Yuri is quite sexist towards women and is nowhere near being hot. It's just a weirdo psychotic fantasy. But those types of fan people are nowhere near as annoying as the yaoi fangirls. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. These girls are mostly lesbian. You could tell a yaoi fangirl just by looking at her. At least you have a 50-50 shot in the dark to see if she is a yaoi fangirl, if you can tell by her stereotypical otaku-ish appearance. These are the type of people who go to YaoiCon, which is mostly made up of women, dressed up as dudes, who half the time are lesbian, who get off to guys kissing? Where's the logic? As T-Bone 2004 says, where's the logic? These people will attack you if you don't even like their pairings like Naruto x Sasuke or Itachi x Sasuke. I think it's really stupid and mentally retarded. Try putting a straight couple pairing in front of these people and they'll freak out. Half the time they do it to get attention, the other half of the time they think this is their way when in reality they know they want to be with a dude but just couldn't find one at the time. Trust me, they're all around you. And most of the time the otaku and yaoi fangirls and blah 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 will avoid being saved by Christ just so they can either be part of Japan's, ancient religion or have a religion based off an anime, thinking this is cool and this is their way to escape from the truth. Ugh. Anyway, grow up, otaku and yaoi fangirls. Well, this is the anime rant. I'm going to do a conclusion next, and we'll get straight to the video game rant. So, stay tuned!